Oi, oi, alright, how's it going? I'm Grant, you're you, and this is Doodle Review, the channel where we review and talk about music from across the board, but on Sundays we talk about jazz. This is the 5th entry in our Sunday Jazz Club, and today we're talking about the latest from John Scofield, the album Uncle John's Band. Now, in my last review of the record previously from the acclaimed jazz guitarist John Scofield, his self-titled 2021 album, I complained about the lack of any sort of band on the recordings. There was absolutely nothing to accompany the compositions, just Scofield, the guitar, and an endless abyss. Without a rhythm section, I felt I lost a component of the artist's style that really drew me to him on albums in his catalogue like A Go-Go, his innate swing and groove. Uncle John's Band, the new album named after a Grateful Dead cover featured on the album, one of several here, resolves this prior complaint by having him joined this time by bassist Vincente Archer and drummer Bill Stewart. In traditional terms, this is a double record, 14 tracks clocking in at 90 minutes, which is a lot of material to wade through, especially for an instrumental jazz album. But mitigating what could be a challenging listen are several covers and jazz standards. Everyone from Bob Dylan to Miles Davis is included, which provides Scofield with an opportunity to showcase some of his most lyrical playing, bending and shaping well-known vocal, sax or piano parts and phrases through his lithe and dexterous approach to the fretboard. An approach that can straddle both the light and the dark in a single composition. One such example of this duality actually hits the listener right from the outset with the opening track, Mr. Tambourine Man. It's an interpretation of the Bob Dylan classic. Underpinning the entire track though is a sinister sounding guitar loop. It surrounds the piece like an ocean that Scofield's lead guitar is kind of swimming across, and he occasionally has to dip under the surface, taking his tone into the darkness, but then quickly comes back up for air and pulls the track into kind of a major scale where it belongs. It's a really strange combination, especially when you hear the distinctive melody of what would be Bob Dylan's lead vocals. We get a similar moment of recognition on the cover of Neil Young's Old Man. While it runs the risk of feeling a bit like one of those bad cover versions made for shops who can't afford to pay a full music license, the joy of the piece is in hearing where Scofield and his band take the melody and kind of marvelling over the course of 6 minutes as they deconstruct and reconstruct the piece several times over. There's an exceptional part in which Archer in particular gets to showcase his exceptional free-flowing double approach to the double bass. It's the contributions from Archer and Stewart that really elevate this album for me. Elsewhere on the record, How Deep is driven by Archer's persistence and rock-solid walking bass groove, and Stewart's drum breaks on the Miles Davis composition Budo add great dynamism and energy to the arrangement while staying faithful to the original recording. It's the upbeat tracks that I'm most drawn to on this set. Mask gives us a flavour of that groove and swing from Scofield's seminal albums, while Mo Green finally gives us some grit in Scofield's guitar tone. From a production standpoint, that is the one area I do struggle with on this album. There is almost no effort or creativity applied to the guitar tone. Everything is very clean and very dry, which at points really underlines the length of this album, making it feel its 90-minute length. It makes more pieces with a more abstract and loose form like the Girlfriend chord difficult to connect with. As a whole, this is a high 5 out of 10 for me. It's certainly great to hear Scofield in the company of other great musicians again, really bringing out that groove, but the production or lack thereof or a slightly overwhelming abundance of music make it hard for the record to fully grip you. Cheers for sticking around and listening to me chat faff about this record. I assume if you made it this far, you love my review, so don't be coy, don't be cute, stop messing around and hit the subscribe button. We've got a bunch of album reviews coming your way with Sunday Jazz Club every week, so subscribe, show some love, share some thoughts, or just hurl some abuse in the comments, and check out the links to other stuff that you might like below. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, mate.